What is going on, guys? So today we are in the shop again, and I think you guys might know what that means. We're doing a little bit more work on these bumpers and the fenders, seeing if we can try to get them on the car sometime soon. So I think that today is going to consist of doing a bunch of body work, getting them all smooth, and then seeing if we can fill some of the small imperfections we got all around the kit. Once we do that, we should be ready for primer. So my goal for today is to hopefully have the whole kit in primer and probably blocked out, maybe blocked out, depending on how long the set time is on the primer, but we'll see. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to take care of painting it, and then putting it on the car will be a breeze. So at this point, when I'm waiting for Soda to get here, I'm gonna go ahead and probably start filling some of the holes just to make sure that we have a good amount of time for the filler to dry so we can sand it. And then, once he does get here, we'll start sanding all the rest of the panels and getting them ready. Alright, so I've just wiped the entire bumper down with some wax and grease remover. At this point, I'm going to be using some of this spot putty to make sure that I can fill any little tiny imperfections, like these little pinholes that this bumper has all around it. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply some of this stuff right quick, and then I'll start mixing up some actual body filler to get the bigger stuff, like that hole and that hole right there. So I'm working with really little batches of this stuff because it does like to kick pretty fast. I've got a few different spots on the bumper that are all filled at this point. I've got a bunch more to go. There's a lot of pinholes on this thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish filling those and then start sanding. All right, so I've got all the main small little imperfections out of there. I still have this pretty big guy and that pretty big guy. So I used a die grinder to kind of open up the holes a little bit, make sure there were no jagged edges that the Bondo wouldn't want to adhere to. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix some of this up. I got the whole big old gallon of it. Probably gonna need a little Harbor Freight screwdriver to make sure that I can mix it well enough. And then I've got a lunch tray. I don't know where I got that from. I probably stole it. I'm covered in tape so that cleanup is nice and easy, so that I can go ahead and mix my filler, and then I'll apply it to the car. From sitting so long, this has started to separate the epoxy from the rest of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and have to stir that quite a bit. Now that we got it there, just mix it in. Then when it's one nice uniform color, we can apply it. Alright guys, so you can see all the different spots I've had to apply filler to. A few up there, just to make sure this thing is nice and flat. So I'm gonna let that get some time to dry and harden, and then I'll start sanding it. Get this thing looking perfect. So once it's all sanded, as long as I don't find anything else wrong with it, we'll be able to prime it. So that's awesome. While that is drying though, I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting the fenders sanded down to probably like a rough like 320 grit, just to make sure that the primer will stick, and I'll be able to see if there's any imperfections in it. Obviously I'm gonna have to block out a lot of these big scratches because just from the factory they came out with like a lot of imperfections, so we'll see how much of that we can get out, but then we might have to fill stuff, might not have to, it just kind of depends. So we'll see. Soda should be on his way, so he'll be here to help soon, and we'll be able to bust this thing out. Well, would you look who it is?
What's up, dude?
What's up, Doc?
Oh shit. When the seatbelt gets caught in the door handle, or not handle, the door hinge. So yeah, what's up, dude?
That's not the hinge either, that's the hinge.
I don't know anything about cars.
Alright guys, so at this point we pretty much got the bumper completely done. This fender didn't really need a whole lot of work, but this one had a little bit of a wavy spot up here on the top. So we went ahead and put some filler on there, and Soda's just sanding that down, getting it nice and smooth. So hopefully it'll be perfect when we actually prime it. This is pretty much the last that we have. You can see all the imperfections on the bumper that we filled are already sanded and looking juicy.
Juicy.
Now all we gotta do is finish this fender and prime it. Alright, so wavy fender is not wavy anymore. We got that. We got that all worked out. Bumpers sanded down, the other fenders sanded down. We are officially ready for primer. But as you guys can see, the shop is absolutely disgusting, so we're gonna have to sweep all that up.
I'm not sweeping that up.
Get all these clean.
I ain't sweeping anything.
You're sweeping all of that.
I ain't sweeping that.
You're sweeping all of it. So we're gonna clean up the shop a little bit. We'll get the plastic up, make sure that the clips doesn't get any paint on it, and then let's mix up some primer, guys.
So we're off to get some food. We're gonna go to the strip club for some steak.
Should probably grab a mask. Hold up. Ooh, look at that sight. Two fucking JDM as fuck car. Ah, god damn it, dude. I need the ARC-7 running again.
Yo. Nice. Clean ass, dirty ass kids.
Isn't it crazy? These are fucking blue jeans, dude. These things were blue when we started this. They were that color when we started, and now they look like this.
Dude, that's worse than like paint pants.
That's fucking bad, huh? Look at yours, dude.
Mine was black. Now it's still not black. It's fucking white. I wish it was a little bit harder. Those mini tacos, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. Alright guys, we are fish. Jesus Christ. Fucking hella fucking marks on my face from wearing a respirator. So we are pretty much ready to get to priming. Everything is wiped off, everything is clean, everything is sanded down to where we need it. We've got most of the garage pretty much blocked off, fans going, and we are ready to lay some primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing up the primer, and Soda's gonna finish up putting this up, and then we'll start spraying. Nice and thick, dude. Alright guys, the stuff is officially primed. Gonna wait for that to dry up and start sanding. So we're gonna let this dry overnight and then sand it all tomorrow. So it is the next day. As you guys saw in the last video, we have all of the components of the body kit in our gray primer. This is probably gonna be the last day of actually working on these pieces. So now what we have to do is we have to go ahead and sand everything with a 400 grit just to level the primer and give us a good surface for our paint to adhere to. So I'm going ahead and getting everything nice and smooth, getting all of the imperfections out of it. Then we will get on to painting. Also, I just received a very large box from the UPS guy. You guys will probably be seeing it in another video soon, and it might be for that girl, but I'll let you guys find out for yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding all of these things. Soda's gonna get here in a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and get these ready for paint and paint them. This shit sucks.
Shout out to Red Bull for the sponsorship.
And Soda, we're not sponsored by any of these people. Stop shouting them out.
Hey yo, you gotta speak it into existence, you know what I'm saying?
Red Bull, if you want to sponsor us, along with Chester's Hot Fries, if you want to sponsor us.
What are we getting sponsored for? We're sucking ass at everything?
I mean, we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. We'll see how this paint comes out.
Right.
But we've got both of the fenders pretty much sanded down to 400 grit, ready for paint. So we gotta hit that bumper. This is honestly taking a long ass fucking time, and it's really fucking tiring. And I'm not very stoked about it.
We got 2 hours to finish this.
We got 2 hours to finish it before Soda has to leave. So we're gonna fucking boogie. Yeah, let's fucking get to it. This shit sucks. Oh, yeah. I don't recommend it.
Pay someone if you have the money, because this shit's whack. I paid it for 3 whole days. 3 whole days!
Alright guys, we are pretty much all the way sanded. The bumper is down to 320 grit. We have to get that up to a 400 grit. We're gonna go ahead and use our fucking guide coat. This stuff is real badass.
Shake it up a little bit, you know? Just shake that bad boy up like this. Up and down, around the legs.
Ooh, ooh, pull it off.
Oh, boom, right there. And it's like makeup. You put it on your face. This is the foundation right here. Rub it in. So what does this thing do, Irvin?
So this is pretty much like a super fine powder that just fills in all the scratches. And this is gonna let us know when we get through all the 320 grit scratches into a 400 grit. So we're pretty much gonna sand until we don't see any more guide coat.
All right, guys. Dry guide coat black. Amazon.com. Link in the description. Just kidding.
That was a good plug. That was a good plug. All right. Time for a 400 on the DA. Alright, so we are completely sanded and prepped for paint. Now I am going to go ahead and clean all the parts off. Probably lay up new plastic because all this shit has a bunch of sanding dust on it, and I don't want any of that stuff falling down onto the actual finish once we start painting. So that's all going to get replaced. Then I have to sweep the floors and make sure that they're nice and clean so I don't get anything onto the new paint. Also, all of these stands gonna have to be cleaned off and blown off just to make sure that there's no dust still, and we'll get going. So probably 20 minutes from now we'll start mixing some paint and getting it on the panels. So this is gonna look fucking sweet, guys. I'm so stoked. All right, guys, I am officially done painting the kit. Honestly, I'm really unhappy with how it all came out. It looks somewhat good from a distance, but there's a lot of little issues that are kind of pissing me off. I'm gonna have to deal with them tomorrow because I'm gonna have to let the paint dry before I really touch anything. So I will come back to you guys tomorrow and show you all of the fucked up spots. But I mean, like, from a distance, they don't look too bad, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to leave them like this. I'm not stoked about it, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. See if I can revive them. Now I gotta somehow find a way to get the fuck out of here. We'll see how that comes out. Alright, guys, it's the next day and all of the stuff is dried, and let me tell you, I have never been more disappointed in my fucking life. So it's got a lot of issues. It's got a lot of issues. Honestly, it's probably just me being way too hard on myself, because this is, you know, the second thing that I've ever painted in my life, but I'm not happy with it. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. I have to go formulate a plan of attack to see what I'm gonna try to do to fix it. So once I have a plan, I'm gonna come back and figure out a way to implement it. So I think the next video is gonna be all about what went wrong, how we can fix it, and the next steps that we're gonna go from here. So if you guys want to see how bad this all came out, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because the next video is gonna be up on Tuesday for you guys to see. And honestly, I really don't want to put it up because, like, it hurts. It, like, literally hurts me to see that this is what came out of all of that work. But honestly, that's just kind of how life works, man. You can't be good at everything right away, and I kind of came into this knowing that, because this is completely out of my comfort zone. It is something that I've never done before, and I want to learn. This really does suck, but if I was to just give up on this and just not ever want to paint and get mad about it, then I would never learn from it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a bunch of research, try to figure out what went wrong, try to figure out how I can improve for next time, and then come back even fucking harder. But yeah, if you guys like the video and want to see how bad I actually fucking did, it's pretty fucking bad. It's pretty fucking bad. Then make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna reveal the paint job on Tuesday. I know you guys have already kind of seen glimpses of it, but you haven't seen the extent of how bad it actually is. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun video. With that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.